most people will say like crying is a release of energy, and it happens like, during situations like during like you got real sad, or somebody hurt you or something, so you cry, and it's how you cope with your emotions. For me, when I started working out, when I started training for the Spartan races, the crying, actually, I started experiencing that energy as a release, that happened in my workouts. So it would be like an overwhelm of energy, and that was like blocking me. So it's something like this. So I'm starting to run, and I didn't like running, and I'm starting to enjoy it a lot more now. So I didn't like running. So part of the workouts are sometimes like you'll do 4 or 5 800-meter runs. So you're going to run 2 3 miles, 2.5 miles, and typically it's like up this hill and back down. So and you're doing it in a period of time. In addition, you're doing like 5 or 6 obstacles, in the middle of it. So it's pretty intense. So I would start running, and I'm overweight, so I would run, and as I was running, it would what would show up for me is the judgment of my weight, the sadness around I weigh this much and I can't run as fast as I'd like to run, and then I've given up on myself so many times in my life, and all that stuff would show up, but I wouldn't necessarily be able to identify it because I was focused on running. Then later, then I would go back and analyze, and I'd say, man, what showed up with me? Like what was behind that sadness, that overwhelm of sadness? Like I like wanted to cry, and it was like all the disappointment I had in myself for the things that I didn't do, all the all the times in my life where I let myself down, all the times where I let other people down.